Hello and welcome to Commute with Collins. I'm your host, Collins. I'm also the host of the Collins on the Rocks podcast. You can see that on soundcloud.com/Collins on the Rocks. If you're brand new here, hi, welcome to the Collins on the Rocks podcast with our little mini feature show called Commute with Collins, where I commute to and from work and you listen to whatever I'm ranting about. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Collins on the Rocks. You can find us on YouTube by searching Collins on the Rocks or Commute with Collins. You can send an email, I guess, to Collins on the Rocks podcast@gmail.com, although I haven't even looked at that email account in like 2 weeks, maybe. So I apologize if anyone has emailed. But you can always find me ranting and schooling homeboys on Twitter @Callsorgs. Leave down in the comments if I should make that Collins on the Rocks and I should abandon Callsorgs or get a new Twitter handle, because it's so much easier for continuity's sake. So what the fuck are we talking about today? Well, talking about I wanted to talk about Chris Brown because people were talking about Chris Brown today. He's going to be featured in the Ace Family basketball tournament or something, and DJ Pauly D is going to be there. It's just kind of like a huge star-studded event. James Charles is going to sing the national anthem, which... oh, say, can you even sing? But anyways, I digress. So, Chris Brown is obviously hurting for money or trying to rebuild his reputation because he's been seemingly collabing with all of these brands and all of these YouTubers who don't have like a corporate sponsorship, really. But what you don't know, if you don't know, which you don't know, which is probably a lot about Chris Brown, is many years ago, Chris Brown beat Rihanna to a fucking bloody pulp. And he's had many other allegations, I guess I will say, of other women he's been involved with being abused. The dude has apologized, I'm sure. And he says he's going to be reformed, and then he abuses more women. But why are we still allowing this man to still exist in the hip-hop world? Why haven't we canceled him? It took so long to cancel R. Kelly, who we made fucking jokes about how he peed on minors. It's so hard because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking laughed at Chappelle's video called Pee on Her or Pee on Me or something. Back in the day when they were like, the first tape allegations came out, but then after the whole documentary for R. Kelly came out, I find it to be very interesting that with cancel culture, which I've talked about before, how suddenly we're like, oh, he's an abuser, canceled. But what is it going to take to cancel Chris Brown? Go, person. Go, 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 go. Is it going to take him doing it again? I don't know. Like, it's hard for me because you want to believe that people change. You want to believe that people are making better in their life, going to rehab, getting help. Like, you want to have positive intention. But if they've proven that haven't changed their ways after they say they've changed, have they even changed? It's like that bad boyfriend, you know? Well, I mean, I guess this really is a boyfriend to someone, but it's the fact that, like, the first person that I ever loved, who I've talked about on my podcast before, you know, first person I did sex things with, first person I really told them that I loved them, the first person that I was like really truly bonded with. It's hard because he kept telling me he had changed after he had cheated on me. He kept telling me he had changed. We'd get back together and he'd be the same person where he liked the chase, but once he got you, he got bored. So it just was a repetitive cycle. And to even like last year, this person, this ex-boyfriend has said he's changed. You know, he's a new man, that he has a new woman and all these things. And like, it's not up to me to accept him. It's not up to me to have that bond with him again. It's not up to me, beyond the shit that he's done to me. It's not. It's really not. And he could totally be a changed person. Chris Brown could be a totally changed person. R. Kelly could totally be a changed person. But for me, and the pattern and the logic that I see in my mind, that every fucking time you fuck up, it's not change. And I don't know what the word for that is. I don't know what you call that. Do you call that, you know, because at least before you knew that you were being a shitty person, at least you were ignorant in the fact that you're like, oh fuck, I didn't know that women didn't want to be beat. Oh fuck. But like, what does it take when you're like, I know this is shitty, but yet I am still doing it because of habit? Is there a word for that? Help me. Help me out. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. So I don't know. I feel like ignorance is bliss for some people, but I feel like common sense should have taught you to know better. I don't think, in my fucking opinion, which is my opinion, remember, I don't think Chris Brown gets to have a career. Unfortunately, the moment you decide that, and like, there's been speculation that like Rihanna hit him first and she caused the argument. Fuck that shit. We've seen the pictures, we've seen the police report. If you haven't, go Google it. Enjoy your, you know, bunny trail online, your little rabbit holes. You're gonna click, 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 and do everything, and you're gonna be educated, you know? So I don't fucking understand why bikes are in the driving lane when there's traffic. I'm going 20 miles an hour down a hill because this bike, which I don't fucking understand. But okay. And then a person's not even pulled all the way up because why the fuck are people even people? What? I don't. Anyways, you came for a Commute with Collins, and this is who I fucking am. So I don't think that Chris Brown gets to have a career. I don't think that he gets to be in the spotlight. He can make money. He can make money off that one song, royalties and all that shit. He can be a producer if someone pays him. I mean, he can work as a janitor for all I give a shit. But the moment you put Chris Brown is the face of something, you're saying to all other abusers, this is okay. This is permissible. You can abuse women and still be deemed acceptable to society. No. Not here, honey. If we're going to do it for one person, we got to do it for them all. Women abusers, they don't get a say. But that's a society we live in. Let me know of your thoughts down in the comments down below. I've been frustrated. No, I've been Collins. This is Commute with Collins. I hope you get home safely.